Hey, it's David. Welcome to Social Saturday. You know, I've had this uniform probably 35 to 40 years, and it's done pretty well holding up. But right before I got ready to do this, I had a button come off. First button that's ever fallen off, and it's not because I can't button it, because I can. It's because it's old like me, and it's just worn down. So anyway, I feel sort of like it needs to be buttoned, so I'm going to hold it like this so it looks like it is buttoned. This week I have a special guest I've known since 1980, and he was based in Los Angeles for most of his career with Pan Am. But he's a great guy, a super purser, and I think you'll recognize him, especially if you flew out of London, Honolulu, or Los Angeles. Franco, I am so glad to see you and that you showed up. So, how many years did you fly?
47 altogether.
47
Yes.
with Pan Am and then Delta?
And then Delta.
Wow. So go back to when you started. Tell me a little bit about your beginnings with Pan Am.
Well, beginnings was in 73, and I got sent to London, which was probably purgatory for everybody. But it didn't last very long because I got laid off. In 77, I guess they called me back, but I was working for Club Med, and I was taking groups to Morocco and Martinique and whatnot, and I was enjoying it, and I didn't come back. So in 78, I got bitten by the bug again. Club Med wasn't as much fun anymore, and I applied, and I came back, and again got sent to London.
Well, but in London, you stayed how many years?
For 2 years.
And then you went to.
Then I did a base trade with Honolulu, and I was in Honolulu for 2 months, and I got a trade for LA, and I was in LA until the very end.
And so you love flying out of Los Angeles, right?
Yes, I mean, we did Europe, we did South America, Central America, the Pacific. I loved it for years. I flew one Sydney, one Auckland, and one Honolulu,
Hey,
and that was my dream
You
life.
can't beat that, can you?
No, you can't.
So how many languages do you actually speak?
I speak all the Romance languages: French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and Romanian, and a little bit of English.
But how did you learn all those languages?
Well, my mother was French, my father Italian. I was born in France, raised in Italy, Switzerland, South Africa, and Brazil. So I got to learn because I needed to survive.
Survive. So if all those years of flying with Pan Am, what was your most memorable experience?
Probably a flight from Rome to New York with Sophia Loren. She is such a charming, wonderful lady. She really was. We've had many personalities. Elton John going to Sydney, Meatloaf, Gregory Peck, Madonna, quite a few nice people. It was quite interesting. I remember sitting in the back galley coming from London to LA and talking to this lady for an hour. We land in LA and the red coat says, "Where's Miss Gardner?" And I said, "Who?" "Miss Ava Gardner." I said, "I don't know." And Ava gets up from her seat. He escorts her out, and she says, "Bye, Franco. Nice talking to you."
You had no idea who she was. Same way with me when I had Elizabeth Taylor on. I served her the whole way and didn't know who she was until she asked me to hide her in the bathroom while the passengers deplaned, and I had to ask who she was. But hey, so be it. So I have another question for you.
Yes.
If you had one person that you worked with at Pan Am that you wish you could see one more time, who would that be? Is there anybody that just stands out that you miss a lot that you'd like to just say hello to sometime?
Greg Whitlock.
Greg Whitlock. Where is Greg now?
Greg is in Colorado. He is now a chiropractor.
Oh,
He didn't get accepted by Delta, and I remember that he packed up his stuff to Miami, and Miami didn't last very long. So he's now a chiropractor, and he's living in Colorado. He lives in Denver.
oh, cool. Well, we'll try to get this to Greg so you can connect with him again.
Okay.
So my last thing to ask you, and I appreciate you coming on and being here, and because it's been a long time. I know I used to rent a room from you in Los Angeles, but I also remember a flight where you were the purser and I was non-revving from Miami to Los Angeles, and we were on the Pan Am L1011-500, and it backfired during flight 3 times, and it felt like the plane stopped in midair and then shot off,
And
then
then
stopped
shot up.
again and went again, and we were all frightened, weren't we?
But we were.
Yes. So in closing, since you speak all these languages, can you say thank you for flying Pan Am for us in all those languages?
Obrigado por voar Panam. Graças por voarem com Panam. Merci de voyager avec Panam. Grazie di volare con Panam. Ikusame Panam.
And thank you for flying Pan Am, and thank you, Franco, for being on Social Saturday this week. Until
David.
next time, have a great time.
Great pleasure, David.
Just say hello to a brand new world. It's just outside your door. Say hello to a brand new dream, much closer than before. All the world is waiting for you. There's a change across the land. Say